Hi everyone, it's Mike Lewis. Day 2 of the New Marketing Summit is just wrapped up, and it's honestly my pleasure to be here with CC Chapman from the Advance Guard. So I'll let CC talk a little bit about who he is, what you do, and all that fun stuff. But well, the biggest thing though is that we're both Bentley alum. That
I know, we just found that out. Bentley University now.
I know, unbelievable.
Not even, now we have to get new banners and sweatshirts and all that stuff.
Are they going to change the mascot too? It's gonna be like
I hope not. Yeah, they better not.
I like
Bentley, if you change the Falcons, you're in trouble. No more alumni money. No, okay. No, don't change the mascot. Yeah, we both went to Bentley. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so me, who am I? I mean, so I run a company called the Advance Guard. Mm-hmm. We're an agency focusing on marketing programs that leverage emerging technologies. We don't like to say social media because social media is, it's part of it, and we think it's going to kind of disappear. I mean, it's going to be around. It's not going to go away. Okay. People are going to stop calling it social media. It's just going to be the way the web is. It's going to be everywhere. You saw people talk this weekend about, it's going to be on the phone, it's going to be on television, it's just going to be there. You're going to expect the social interactions. And we work with clients from, HBO, Verizon, American Eagle Outfitters, down to the little startup companies. M-Dialogue and Didium are some clients of ours. We've worked in the publishing space. So really, anybody who wants to get a conversation going and talking to people and reach an audience and do it in a good, smart way that spends their money wisely. I hate wasting clients' money; it drives me nuts. So I mean, that's the Advance Guard in a nutshell.
That's great. So do you focus mostly on B2C, or is it B2B as well? Or
right now, I mean, all of our clients have been B2C.
Okay.
I'd love to get a B2B client because I think B2B isn't leveraging new marketing enough. I mean, I think they should be. I mean, I think it's everyone I talk to says, well, give me a B2B case study. And I'm like, well, there's not a lot of great ones out there yet. They're not doing it. Right. But I think that's untapped areas, and they should be doing it. But yeah, we don't keep ourselves only to B2C, but every client we've had has been. We've only been around a year. We just celebrated a 1-year anniversary, which
Congratulations.
is very cool. Thank you.
Huge.
I mean, that first year is pretty scary. I mean, first time launching a business, me and my business partner, Steve Colson, kind of started it up, and now we're growing strong, have an office in New York and Boston.
Wow,
so it's
you're growing rapidly.
Smartly, we like to say. It's one of those things where we don't want to just hire. I don't ever have to lay anybody off.
That's
I hate that. I'll fire somebody without blinking, but I don't ever want to lay somebody off. So we're trying to do it very smartly and strategically.
So you mentioned before that it's all about, you said, any communication that people want to have, any dialogue they want to start. Is that what new marketing is to you?
I think so. I mean, I think it is. It is a conversation. It's getting those people out there who, it's a couple of pieces. I mean, I heard someone earlier describe it, and I wish I could remember his name because I give him full credit. He described it as a picnic, was his analogy, where everybody's bringing different things and bringing their own blanket and setting it down. But if you're in a park and everyone's setting up their picnic blankets, all of a sudden you start talking to the people next to you and comparing notes, and whether you're, he was talking about, oh, what's that you're eating, and it could be a product or a service, or, where are you getting your food from these days? I mean, it's all, I thought that was a great analogy that I'd never heard anybody say.
And that is a really cool analogy.
I was like, I go, do you blog? He said, yeah. I said, you need to blog that so I can write about it and give you credit because I don't want to write about it. And I thought it was a really neat idea, but I think that is what it is. People have always talked about things, they've always connected. The first place any of us go for anything is, who do you use for X? Where should I go to dinner tonight? What insurance company should I use? But now you can do it on the web, and you can do it to a global audience, and really quickly get those answers from people you may not necessarily know face to face. So it's taking what's always been around and just making it on a global scale and more rapid than it's ever been.
So let me ask you this: you work with a lot of clients. A lot of people that I talk to are actually kind of, it was funny, I was talking to Chris Selland, I don't know if you know Chris, he's from Reservoir Partners, and he was actually saying that it's interesting for him, some of the stuff that we call old or call, traditional, whatever, has actually come back into the mix for a lot of people. He actually mentioned wall calendars. I love the story. He said, as a marketer, I don't know if you remember this, I used to get like 10
all the time,
all the time, and then they just stopped. You can never get them anymore. And he said this year he actually got one. He's like, it's hanging up on my wall. I know the brand. They're right behind me. He's like, so in his world, it's kind of new marketing is really understanding what's new, what's old, and tying the right things together. And I don't know if you see that in any of your clients as well.
I hadn't seen the wall calendar. Yeah, I think
well, not the wall calendar.
I like that, but I get what you mean. I mean, we did. You used to always get 10 or 12 of those around the holidays.
Yeah, and then they just stopped.
They stopped. That's a great idea. I mean, I think I was thinking about that earlier, where there was the email panel here, and email's been around forever, and we take it for granted, but it is still part of the mix. And you're seeing people get asked questions of, I want to start doing an email campaign. How can I do that? And I'm like, it's an email campaign. You've been doing this for years. Yeah. But new people are just discovering it, and I do think anything that is old may come back in the mix. I mean, you're starting to hear more unique radio advertisements sometimes. I mean, radio, I don't ever think to advertise on radio, but I wish I could remember who it was. The other day I heard a radio ad and I went, wow, that was really smart. It made me want to go to the URL at the end of it. And of course, now I can't remember what it was. Yeah, but I did go to the URL then. God, I wish I could remember who it was.
Well, I read something too that actually billboard ads, the sales of billboard ads are actually going up.
I keep reading that. I mean, outside is if you can make it, you're going to reach a mass audience, and if you can make it compelling, people are always late, especially now when you're getting interaction billboards, you know, Bluetooth or send a message or, you know, I think blue casting is something you're going to see more of. You'll walk by and your phone's going to wake up and go, hey, download this video or watch this content. I mean, I think it's interesting.
They do that a lot in Europe. It's a lot more popular in Europe than it is over here, but it's definitely going to,
it's going to catch on,
because it is really cool. Chris talked about it in one of his talks earlier and saying, I think it was Pepsi.
Right.
Sometimes you want a Pepsi, and he's like, where did that come from?
The coolest one I ever saw was they had a bus terminal stop, and you could actually paint with your cell phone.
No way.
And I was like, that. I never actually saw. I remember reading about it. I actually wanted to go play with one of these. I'm like, how does that work? That's the cool thing. Technology is, there's somebody creating something right now that we're going to play with in a couple of years and love it. And I can't wait.
So let me ask you this. So you've been here now for 2 days. Obviously, you're really involved in social media. I follow you on Twitter and read all the stuff that you post. And to you, if there's a company, a lot of the people that are going to be reading this are going to be thinking about, how do I get involved in new marketing strategies? Really from the bottom up. So I'm just going to start to implement this. What advice do you give to your new customers?
Listen first. See what's going on out there. See where your customers are. Really take the time to figure out where both your current customers and the customers that you want to get. Where are they hanging out? Where are they spending their time online? And you might find out they're not online. Or it might be someplace very boring. Boring as far as, it's not the hot new place to hang out. But if that's where your community is, find out where they are, find out what they're saying about your brand, and then figure out a strategy. Okay, here's what I want to, and figure out exactly what you want to do. Is it about awareness building? Is it about buzz building? Is it about selling something? Customer acquisition. What is it about? What do you want to achieve? And then figure out the strategy to get there. There's nothing worse than saying, oh, I need to be on Facebook, or I need to be on Twitter. And okay, why?
Or I need to start a blog.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, what's the point? Oh, blog. One of the best presentations I ever gave was 10 Reasons Not to Blog. They actually asked me to play devil's advocate, and I was all about thinking it takes time and passion and all that stuff. I hate that. Yeah, don't focus on technology first. Focus on the end business result you want, and then figure out the strategy for it. And work with people, whether it's hiring an agency or somebody inside your company. Don't be afraid to, I think way too many companies forget to look inside their company for people who might know how to play on the space. The kid that you just hired as an intern, I bet you they know how to play on Facebook. And, ask inside your company. Perfect story. I love NBC, and they're not a client or anything, but I think they blew a chance when they started playing on Twitter with the Today Show, and yet they had New Media Jim, who everybody on Twitter knows, works for NBC. And I'm like, all you have to do is ask him how to do Twitter right. 10-minute conversation. And they could learn so much. And I don't think they still this day have ever done that. I mean, look inside your own doors. I'm an agency, I'd like to be hired too, but look inside. Ask your employees. Find out. There may not be anybody, but at least ask. It can't hurt.
Absolutely. No, I think that's great advice.
Yeah.
Well, I want to let you get going because I know there's traffic and everything, but I really appreciate your time.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, man. I'm glad we could do it.
Yeah, same here. It was great to meet you in person.
All right.